Hey everyone, let's quickly walk through how I pull those short, highly shareable clips out of my much longer video files using the Vizard platform. If you produce long-form content and desperately want to chop it into snackable pieces without spending entire days inside your primary editor, trust me, this entire process is going to save you a significant amount of time. So the very first step is simply opening up the Vizard application and navigating over to the dedicated Clips section in the main dashboard. I genuinely appreciate the super simple UI because it means you never have to overthink the initial move. It's designed to be intuitive right from the start. Next, you need to pick the specific long video file you intend to work from, whether that is a recorded podcast episode, an in-depth tutorial, or perhaps a recent live stream highlight. Once that source clip is successfully selected and loaded, immediately look over toward the right side toolbar and locate the option labeled Extract to begin the magic. Once you enter the dedicated extract mode, you gain the ability to scrub through the playback sequence like you normally would, or you can alternatively focus entirely on reading the full searchable transcript. Vizard very helpfully provides you with a clean, fully editable transcript positioned directly beside the main editing timeline, which is honestly the feature I find myself relying on the most often. If I already know the exact segment I want to pull, perhaps a particularly funny line, a strong hot take, or a crystal clear how-to moment, I simply highlight that specific text passage within the transcript. Conversely, if I'm not entirely sure of the precise start and stop points, I will just play the video and utilize the small adjustable sliders positioned on the timeline to accurately drag select the exact boundaries I need. The overall interface design is brilliant because it makes both of these selection methods feel completely natural. So whether you prefer visual scrubbing or pure text highlighting, Vizard always has your back. After you successfully highlight a passage or carefully set those timeline sliders, a clear option to mark to extract will appear, and you just click that button. Vizard then immediately highlights the captured excerpt in a bright green color across both the timeline view and the transcript view, which is a fantastic visual confirmation cue. That small color cue is utterly clutch because it completely removes any guesswork about whether you accurately captured the intended clip portion. You can immediately preview the newly selected clip right there on the screen, as Vizard runs a quick AI check based on the transcript boundaries to ensure the preview perfectly matches your selection. It's genuinely like having a reliable second brain double-checking that you didn't accidentally scoop up extra filler words or capture an incomplete half sentence. What's even better is the ability to pull numerous separate clips from that very same source video file, which is essential for repurposing. For instance, say you need that perfect punchline from the 2-minute mark and a quick, crucial tip from the 6-minute mark. Just highlight both distinct sections and mark them for extraction. If you think those two moments should flow together naturally, you can check the Merge Extractions box to combine them into one continuous clip. However, if you prefer them entirely separate, which I often do because shorter standalone clips perform much better individually, simply uncheck that merge option and hit confirm. Vizard then takes over, efficiently generating each unique clip and automatically storing them safely within a specific clips folder inside your main library for easy access. From that organized library location, the next steps are incredibly straightforward. You can instantly share a one-off clip, drop them into a larger, more complex editing timeline, or push them directly into Vizard's built-in distribution flow. This final step is truly where Vizard pulls away significantly from many other tools I have previously tested and relied upon over the years. For example, basic editors like Premiere or CapCut can certainly execute the cuts, but they are inherently manual-heavy and require you to deeply understand timelines, keyframes, and precise export settings. Tools like Descript and certain other AI transcription services can auto-transcribe content for you, but you still end up having to meticulously babysit every single output. And some of the newer, purely highlight extracting clip tools often fail because they miss crucial context or unfortunately chop phrases awkwardly right in the middle of a sentence. Vizard's transcript-driven logic, paired with that essential preview step, drastically minimizes that messy, frustrating vibe of splitting your audio in the wrong spot. Now, there are a few other incredibly useful features I absolutely love, such as the one called Auto-Editing Viral Clips functionality. You can toggle on a feature that actively suggests potentially viral-ready moments extracted directly from your long video file. The underlying AI specifically looks for segments containing high emotive energy, strong opening hooks, or concise tips that statistically tend to perform exceptionally well in short-form video environments. It's certainly not perfect every single time, but it offers you incredibly strong starting points, so you aren't left hunting for that creative gold manually. And if you are dedicated to maintaining a consistent channel presence, the auto schedule feature is an absolute game-changing time saver for your entire week. You simply set the frequency for how often you want clips deployed, and the AI takes the responsibility of queuing everything up for you based on those parameters. This means you can finally stop those stressful late-night uploads because the system is publishing automatically based on your set frequency settings. Then, you have the Content Calendar feature, which serves as one centralized hub to schedule, manage, tweak settings, and ultimately publish across all your connected social platforms. Within that calendar view, you can clearly see everything that is currently queued up, easily move items around, swap in different clips for specific days, and push everything live without ever leaving Vizard. It is that specific combination, the robust extract, the smart auto-edit suggestions, the scheduling, and the calendar publishing, that makes me recommend Vizard constantly to creators who want a strategy without hiring an editor. Now, just so we are clear, no single tool is completely flawless in every single aspect of production, so you need to keep realistic expectations. If your primary goal involves painstaking frame-by-frame color correction or creating highly intricate motion graphics, you will absolutely still need a dedicated, powerful editor for those tasks. But for the specific job of transforming many hours of raw footage into a full week's worth of consistent short-form content, Vizard provides an incredibly low-effort path with a very high return on investment. When compared side by side against competitors that charge a high per-clip rate or impose unfair hidden limits on your exports, Vizard's entire workflow is clearly engineered to scale with your production needs. Furthermore, unlike those other auto-cutting tools that frequently ignore necessary context, Vizard's transcript-first approach actively helps you preserve the intended meaning in every clip. This crucial difference ensures you never accidentally turn a 30-second thoughtful explanation into an awkward, context-free fragment for your audience to scratch their heads over. I want to share a couple of very practical tips that I've adopted from my own daily content creation process to maximize effectiveness. First, always perform an initial pass where you let Vizard's AI proactively suggest the best clips, and then immediately follow that up with a quick manual sweep to make sure every clip starts and finishes cleanly. Use those handy transcript highlights strategically to trim out any lingering verbal tics, like repetitive phrasing, or those common filler words like and ah. Remember that if two snippets logically belong together, go ahead and merge them. But if they stand perfectly well on their own, keep them completely separate because standalone clips generally hook viewers better on platforms like TikTok and Instagram Reels. Also, take advantage of the content calendar by deliberately staggering similar themes, so your audience doesn't get hit with the exact same tip 3 days in a row, which causes fatigue. The actual sharing process once clips are prepared in your library is incredibly painless, allowing you to export individually or use the batch export function for efficiency. Vizard supports direct publishing to your social media accounts, or you can opt to export the files to your phone or desktop for an additional final layer of highly customized edits. I personally choose a balance. I publish a few clips directly through the tool, and then export others to assemble into a longer, higher-produced compilation inside my main video editor when needed. Here is one small but a critical workflow hack I use specifically when conducting interviews or panel discussions. I always ask my guest to verbally provide a concise one-sentence summary right at the conclusion of every single segment we record. This simple request helps Vizard's AI pick out much cleaner, more effective captions and hooks automatically because the system is looking for those inherently compact and easily shareable sentences. Another useful trick I employ is to title my long videos with clear time-coded highlight markers in the description area, which helps Vizard's suggestions align perfectly with my overarching editorial plan. Ultimately, the core reason I choose to reach for Vizard every time is the unparalleled combination of genuine speed without any noticeable sacrifice in the final quality of the clip. Let's be clear, this platform is not trying to outright replace a highly skilled video editor. Rather, it exists to make a content creator's life significantly easier by automating the most tedious parts of the process. If you have tried other platforms and felt like you are either paying way too much, getting far too little creative control, or spending forever aligning those necessary edits, Vizard genuinely represents a fantastic middle ground. It saves you precious hours, maintains the authentic voice integrity of your content, and provides the necessary tools to maintain a consistent and professional publishing cadence. All right, that concludes the quick tour through the fundamental workflow of transforming your assets using this system. To recap the core loop, you open Vizard, choose your source video, immediately hit that extract button. Then either highlight the desired bits manually or let the powerful AI suggest them for you. You preview the result, make that crucial decision between merging or keeping them separate, and drop the finalized clips into your organized library space. From that library, it's just a few clicks to schedule everything via the content calendar or publish directly out to your relevant social channels, completing the entire loop with minimal headache. This simple, repeatable process allows you to turn one long piece of footage into potentially dozens of high-performing short posts across your entire weekly schedule. If you'd like, I can certainly create a follow-up video focusing entirely on the detailed export settings, or provide specific examples of how I schedule a full week of content from a single long episode. But for now, I highly encourage you to go open Vizard and just try out this streamlined extraction process for yourself and immediately see how much quicker your content cadence becomes. Thank you so much for watching this quick guide, and I will absolutely catch you all in the next video.